Good afternoon. Very pleased to welcome His Excellency Nicolas Niemtchinow, the Ambassador of France to the UAE at the MENA Oceans. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for being with us today. It's a big event about oceans. We saw you last week also at the Sokhban, Abu Dhabi. Would you please tell us more about the involvement of France, notably the knowledge sharing that you are bringing, taking into account your global experience?
So first, I want to thank you for inviting me at this very important MENA Oceans events today. It's very important for us, France, because my country took a political leadership to foster the international efforts to protecting oceans, because the issue of protection of the oceans is key for our future. It's essentially related to the issue of climate change. And we have to jointly augment or reinforce the awareness about the situation of oceans. So that's very important, and that's why we are so deeply committed to do something for oceans. I mean, the French government. You remember that at the COP28, our president has actively participated in the ocean panel of the COP28. Before we have organized the conference One Ocean Summit in 2022, and now we are continuing our endeavor, our effort to prepare jointly with Costa Rica the Nice Summit in 2025.
In June 2025.
Yes.
Would you please tell us more about the Nice Summit and its importance and relevance globally and to the region in particular, to the Middle East region?
So first, for the people listening to us, I just want to precise what is the UNOC 3 conference. United Nations Ocean Conference is the major multilateral forum to protect the ocean and to implement the Sustainable Development Goal 14 on the ocean. You mentioned it. So that's extremely important. And we, with Costa Rica, will host this summit from the 9th to the 13th June 2025 in Nice. Nice is a
beautiful city
located
of France.
On the shore
Mediterranean.
Yes, exactly. So we have three main objectives for this conference. First of all, to further develop the High Sea Treaty. So the regulations, the legal regulations on the high sea, in order to protect biodiversity beyond the national jurisdictions, because as you know, high sea is not a part of national jurisdiction.
So it's very broad, the costs are in terms of regulations, jurisdiction and all
waters,
that.
Everything. So this is the so-called BBNG treaty, and we should reinforce the regulations. That's to provide a common governance for sustainable use of high seas. That's extremely important on the legal point of view. Second, to mobilize funding to support the blue sustainable economy. We discussed that during this symposium today.
With the private sector, the public sector as well?
Exactly. We need to embark all
the stakeholders,
including the private sector and the economy.
Absolutely. That's why we are seeing so many partners present today.
Blue finance, etc. So what we want to do what the UAE did here during the COP28, embarking the private sector, because if we want to raise the level of awareness on the protection of ocean, we need to embark the private sector.
Do you foresee a pledge, any financial blue funding pledge, for example, at COP29, like we saw the green pledge at COP28?
We aimed at that.
Yes.
And the third part of the Nice Summit will be to enhancing science related to ocean in order to have a science backing the decision-making process. This is extremely important because we need science, we need
the research,
yes,
R&D?
research, and we need a sound scientific basis to inform, to have a better decision-making process and to raise the awareness about the situation of the ocean. So that's why we'll have the One Ocean Science Congress, 3 special events. So the first is the One Ocean Science Congress, which will gather more than 2,000 scientists, international scientists, on maritime ecosystem protection, plastic pollution, coastal monitoring, decarbonization of shipping. That's extremely important. Then we'll have the Ocean Rise and Resilience Coalition, and this event is important also because it will gather the cities, the local governments, facing the threat of the rise of the sea level. So that's extremely important also to embark the local communities. So this is a specific event gathering cities, how to share the best practices, how to adapt.
Are we going to see any, for example, contracts between cities in France and cities in the UAE and region in this regard?
We could imagine everything, including to twin
cities, yes.
Yes, to twin cities facing with the same problems, to exchange best practices, what they did, what they can do. But we want to involve also local governments. This is the idea, and local governments facing the issue of the sea level rise.
Yeah.
And the last, but not the least, event gathering will be Blue Economy and Finance Forum. So you mentioned that challenge in partnership with Monaco.
Yeah.
We know that ocean is a major source of growth and employment. So how to engage in a sustainable blue economy, how to develop blue finance, how to combine, and that's extremely important, especially for the most fragile country, how to combine economic development and the protection of ocean in a more balanced way, in a more, let's say, balanced way, yes, to protect ocean. And this forum could allow to mobilize fundings and investments to support innovative programs and projects in blue economy. So that's important. Yeah. That's the 3 pillars, if you want, of what we try to do in Nice, beyond the purely intergovernmental negotiations.
It will be global event. Are we going to see a declaration, for example, with a clear roadmap that countries would need to follow, for example?
Yes, we hope to have many declarations, and the more the global community is involved, the better. So we are now preparing that. We will see the final results, but the spirit is the one I have described, to embark all the stakeholders, be it by declarations, by IC treaty, by concrete programs.
So France is basically hosting the event. It is a platform. What about the UAE, yourself being the ambassador to the UAE in particular? How are we going to integrate and the participation and all that?
So we want to partner with UAE. UAE, after the COP28, has a very important worldwide convening power after the success of the COP28. So we want to have a special partnership with UAE on this issue of oceans. I had some contacts this morning with some officials, and they are very ready to do that. And that's why we have created in December last year, during the COP28, the Institute of Oceans at the Sorbonne Abu Dhabi, here in the UAE. And this institute is kind of the twin of the one we have created in the Sorbonne in Paris. And we will benefit of the two. They will have scientific cooperations. And what we want to do is to try to hear and in Paris to enhance, to reinforce, to consolidate our scientific knowledge. And look, here we have the issue of mangroves.
Yes.
We have the issue of coastal monitoring. We have, of course, the issue of protection of animals,
Yes.
like tortoise, like dolphins.
Plastic.
Like the plastic. Plastic is a huge problem.
Yes.
Plastic is the poison of oceans. So we want to develop our scientific knowledge, and we will try to organize programs for that here at this.
Do you foresee any joint programs, joint projects
Yes.
together in this regard?
Yes, this is the objective, to have joint programs.
Outlining those points that you just mentioned.
Yes.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much, and I wish you the best for this very important MENA Oceans conference.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Thank you.
inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.